Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Star Angela Deem's suspicions about Michael Ilesanmi having been a scammer all along have seemingly proved to be true after her shocking discovery in episode 13 of season 8. Angela started dating Michael over 8 years ago after the Nigerian man approached her on Facebook. Angela was lured in by the prospect of dating a young 30-year-old man when she was way beyond 50. She flew to Nigeria despite some initial hesitation to get engaged to Michael. The fact that Michael cheated on her with a local woman did not stop Angela. However, Michael is now out of Angela's life in 2024. Michael went missing just 2 months after Angela brought him to America. He's still living in the U.S. and Angela is trying to get him deported. After the events of the latest Happily Ever After episode unfolded, it appears Michael may have planned his disappearance all along. Michael and Angela will reconcile after the fight, but the shocking reveal does shed light on why and how Michael left Angela once he came to the U.S. and is now living a life in paradise away from her. Angela found out that Michael had moved his visa interview and not the embassy. Angela declared she was done with Michael, but he seemed to be sure about what he was doing. Angela was furious with Michael for having lied to her all over again, especially since his last 2 visa applications had failed. Angela wondered if Michael moving his visa interview would make the embassy suspicious about his intentions. Meanwhile, Angela's daughter Skyla Deem suggested that Michael could have been wanting to move to the U.S. without Angela. She was certain that her stepdad was a scammer. Angela grabbed Michael's phone on episode 13 while they were at an Ivory Coast restaurant. Angela knew something wasn't adding up because Michael told her to go back to the U.S. while he stayed in Ivory Coast to hear a decision on the visa, which was going to take 2 weeks. Michael insisted he said 1 or 2 weeks because that's what he'd seen on some visa journey groups online. He claimed he was studying from other people's interviews. Angela asked to check his phone so she could see what visa groups he was on. Angela found a thread of messages on his phone titled 30K Contribution Part 3, which had messages with Michael's name and checkmark emojis next to it. Michael claimed it was called a piggy contribution, where he was keeping money aside for a rainy day. Angela asked Michael if there was a bank involved, but he said he had a collector who was keeping his money safe for emergency expenses. Michael said a piggy bank was like a savings and very common in Nigeria, where many people do it. Angela figured Michael was saving money in case she kicked him out in America. He claimed he couldn't use the money in America. Angela said Michael didn't have any business opening a secret account behind her back as she was his wife. She proceeded to scroll through the visa group Michael was on. Angela saw that Michael was the group administrator of the Paradise Men WhatsApp group. Angela wondered if it was a group of men who were scamming women in the U.S. for a men's paradise for visas. Michael said he was helping people when people were bringing information about getting U.S. visas together. An upset Angela threw her drink in Michael's face. Michael assured Angela there was nothing to worry about. However, Angela was now certain that there was some scamming going on because Michael had been secretly depositing money into a piggy bank account. Angela decided she was going to contact her immigration lawyer to find out if she should stay with Michael. If the lawyer said no, Angela was ready to leave Michael that very night. Meanwhile, Michael complained to the cameras that Angela was not giving him a chance to explain himself. Michael said the reason the group was called Paradise Men was because they were going to the U.S., which was the land of free to them. You know, like the U.S. is a paradise, he explained. Angela took Michael's phone and told him he wasn't getting it back.